Hi everyone, this is Vortex259. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3 for the Game Boy Color. In our previous episode, we found the blue orb hidden away in the navel of the earth, and Hero actually had to make a solo journey through that dungeon in order to obtain the orb, but he's since rejoined all of his party members. You can see I've done a little bit of level grinding since the last time we met. Hero, Glenn, and Pete are now level 25, and Matt has attained level 19. Now I found that a pretty good place to grind for experience at this point in the game is actually the forested area near where we found the world leaf. You can fight monsters such as grizzly bears, old hags, kill armors, bomb crags, and even a few medleys in that area. And I would highly recommend that place for grinding. They all offer some really nice experience points, and it didn't take long at all for me to attain the next level. Well, what we're going to do today is seek out yet another orb. We're actually going to sail east from Dharma Temple in search of the Golden Country. It's a place called Zipangu, and it's actually pretty easily accessible from Dharma Temple, so let's just get in our ship and start sailing to the east. Now, Zipangu was actually called Jipang in the NES version of Dragon Warrior 3. They decided to change it to Zipangu for the Game Boy Color version for whatever reason, but it's still the same place. So we're just going to sail through this river channel here, down to the south a little ways, and we'll eventually turn east. And Zipangu is actually very close by now. We'll just sail around this little island. Now you see the shrine there with the cave next to it? That's actually our destination. So let's enter the shrine here. And we'll find that the music changes, has a bit more of an oriental flavor to it. Well, let's introduce ourselves to some of the folks of this village. And we find that this is indeed Zipangu. So let's chat with some of the villagers here, see if we can find some more information about the next orb. How about this guy? Wow, look, foreigners! Well, nice to meet you too, buddy. Let's see if we can find somebody just a little bit more friendly to chat with. How about this guy? Well, he tells us that Yayoi, the nice lady, was made a sacrifice. Man, what's up with that? They're offering ladies up as sacrifices in this town? Well, let's investigate that a little bit further. Let's talk to this old man. Oh, what am I to do? My only daughter was chosen to be a sacrifice. Man, that's not good. Yeah, there's definitely something fishy going on in this town. We're going to have to check that out a bit further. Well, if we check the dresser in the old man's house here, we can pick up a measly cloth armor. You can either toss that out or sell it for a few gold pieces. Well, we can talk to the lady next to the well here, and she tells us that if sacrifices are not served, Orochi will come eat us all. Well, that Orochi sounds pretty menacing, and we can confirm that by talking to this old man. He tells us that Orochi is a terrible monster. So apparently young maidens in this village are being offered up as appeasement sacrifices in order to keep the Orochi from destroying the village. Well, we may have to seek out this Orochi and introduce him to our weapons and our magic spells here pretty soon. Well, let's go downstairs here and find a big room filled with pots. I bet you at least one or two of these pots has some loot hidden in it, don't you think? Well, let's start off by checking this base here, and inside we can find a strength seed. Very good. Always good to get one of those, and I'm going to go ahead and feed that to Hero. And he's going to get a strength bonus of 3. Very good. Well, let's see what we have in this base. Inside here we're going to find tiny metal number 49. Only one more to go and we can get the next item on the Metal Master list. And if we check this base here, we are going to find a human head.
You only get one wish.
Mecha-leka-hi, mecha-hani-ho. Well, if we had Jambi here, maybe we could wish for the Orochi to disappear, but since Jambi was not in the base, let's see who that actually is. Oh, it's Yayoi, the nice lady who's being offered up as a sacrifice. She says, please forget you saw me. Please allow me a little more time to bid farewell to where I grew up. Well, I guess she's hiding to stall the sacrifice, and can't say that I blame her one bit. Well, from here, let's go check the house just north of this old man here. And talking to this lady, she says, I could be the next sacrifice. Please, save me. Well, we're working on it. Well, checking into this hanging sack, we're going to find some bug powder. And I believe this vase here has something in it. Yep, it sure does. It has a mystic nut, which will increase Matt's MP by a few points. So I'm going to give that to Matt real quick here and find that his MP is going to rise by 3. Alright, let's go east of the well. There's actually nothing that I'm aware of at the bottom of the well, just some water in there. So we'll just keep going to the east here and we'll talk to the lady in this house. She says she's so glad she has a son. If she had a girl, she would be worried that the girl would be made a sacrifice. Yeah, man. Well, if we look in the dresser here, we'll get a wooden hat. More stuff to sell off. Orb, you say? What is that? Well, it's a small round ball. Have you seen one of them laying around here anywhere? Could it be the treasured ball that Himiko keeps? Oh wow, well maybe a lady named Himiko in this village has an orb. Well, let's just put it to the test. Let's try out our trusty rusty echo flute, see if we get an echo back. Aha, we sure do. So there is definitely an orb somewhere in this village. Well, let's go speak to Himiko, see if she will lend it to us. Do you think Himiko's a nice person? We owe our lives to Himiko. She taught us to appease Orochi by human sacrifice. Well, I would say Himiko's probably not a very nice person if she's the one that recommended the human sacrifice to Orochi. That sounds a bit fishy. Well, let's go up into this big manor here. And talking to this person, we find that this is indeed the manor of Himiko, the master of the village. In the foreign lands, do all the people go about in those kinds of outlandish attire? How pitiful. Well, I guess I could say the same about you there, buddy. Well, let's go on up here. And this is Himiko's chamber, so this must be Himiko, the master of the village. Let's introduce ourselves. Himiko says, "What is it?" "No, bite your tongue. Your ludicrous attire. You must have come from a foreign land on hearing rumors of this land. How impudent. I have no love for foreigners. You shall depart at once." Yeah, she's a real nice person, isn't she? Do you think we should ask for the orb now? She'd probably just kick us on out of the village anyway. "Do nothing meddlesome. It is for your own sake." Well, I'm growing just a bit suspicious of this Himiko character. How about you? I wonder if she has any connection to the Orochi. Well, there's a priest standing here. The priest came to spread the teachings of the gods, but oh no, Himiko is the only god that people worship here. So yeah, Himiko sounds like she likes to be revered. Well, let's go on up in this chamber here. Himiko should be deeply concerned about Orochi. Do you think she is? And if the Orochi could be slain, I'm sure that Himiko would be delighted. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Well, let's check into this vase here and find yet another mystic nut. We'll give that to Matt again. Raises Max MP a little bit more. He gets another 3. There's a lot of 3s today. Strength and MP has risen by 3 every time. Well, on the other side of Himiko's manor, this person says, recently Himiko is said to have acquired amazing powers. I wonder how Himiko managed to pull that off. Himiko relies on her premonition to choose sacrifices. I wonder how she does that. Well, here's another strength seed hiding away in this particular vase. Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and feed that to Hero again, see if we can get another 3. Only got 2 that time. Well, it was only a matter of time. And inside this vase, there you go. There it is. Tiny metal number 50. Now we can go get the next prize on the list from the Metal Master. Well, we've got a series of dressers here. In the second dresser, there's a scale shield awaiting you. And in dresser number 5, I think it's, yeah, there it is. A training suit in dresser number 5. And that's more stuff to sell off for some more gold. Alright, well, Himiko seems to be pretty suspicious to me, offering up young maidens as sacrifices in this town, and there's an Orochi terrifying this town. So what we need to do next is go see if we can find this Orochi and slay the beast. And we can actually go into this cave to the northeast to maybe find another clue about the Orochi. And we'll do that in our next episode. So I do thank you for watching today's episode of Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3 for the Game Boy Color. This has been Vortex 259. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.